Welcome back, everyone. It's me again. I hope you know my voice by now. It's Julian. Enough about me. I have a very special guest today. This is not the first person to bring up a question to me who thought of their own question. You were beat out by like a couple of days.
Man.
You are the very special guest because you are the first person who wanted to be on the show. And so I'm really appreciative of that. Let me introduce you. This is Tyler. Tyler.
Woo, hi. I'm Tyler. It was anticlimactic, but I'm here.
It's important to me, so I hyped it up.
I feel that.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great introduction.
But
You tried it.
I tried. It failed. Moments passed, but before we get into the whole podcast thing, as always, how was your week? The past 7 days. How was your week?
My 7 days have been like kind of crazy.
Kind of crazy.
So like the past weekend, I went to visit my family on Saturday, and we were trying to rent a car, but we had to wait until CJ got off of work. And so we did a car pickup for like 1:30. We didn't end up actually leaving until 3. And then we had a 3-hour drive. So we got down there at 6 p.m. just for me to see my sister for like 10 minutes.
Oh, wait, how long was this drive again? Hold up. How long was this drive?
It was a 3-hour drive.
3-hour drive for 10 minutes? No.
That's why I had to switch it up. I had to go see different people because she was like, yeah, I'm hanging out at my friend's house. I was like, girl, I told you I was going to come see you like 3 days ago.
Your sister does not care for you.
It's wild. It was wild. It's okay though. She was trying to, visit a whole lot of people at once because she just came back down from North Dakota because she's like in the Air Force now.
Oh, okay.
See, we can give us some slack, No,
I'm not the type to judge, but I'm like, all right, I'll let it slide this time because understandable. I thought it was more so. It's like, oh, I live here. You came down to visit me, and I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm seeing some friends. Do you?
I promise you, I would have been an angrier person if that had been the case. And then I also recently got a job, and I put in my 2 weeks notice, and my employer took it really a little.
Did they take it personal?
Too well, actually.
No, not too well.
A little too. They were like relieved that they didn't have to fire me. Anyways, you know.
Look,
that job is a movie for me. That job is a movie.
I know the story. We don't even have to. We don't even.
I'm not even touching it.
Like I said, I know what you've been going through. Crazy. Crazy.
No, because I got more to tell you after this. But it's cool. I'm gonna probably tell you later though.
Good.
It's another long one.
We got some long stories to tell. We need to, make a campfire at some point.
Oh my gosh. I do need a good s'more. I haven't had a s'more in like so long. It's kind of wild.
I don't like chocolate. So never
that was offensive. All right.
That's offensive. Look.
A little bit.
Only the piece of candy. People, I love chocolate people.
I love chocolate people. I just thought about what you said. I was like, wait a minute. I don't know why it took me a second. I was like,
what you talking about?
What? Okay.
It's one of my powers just to say something. And it's like, wait a minute. Say that again.
I had to stew with it. I really had to stew in that one.
All right. Let the power immense. But last time I remember had a campfire. I unintentionally ate all the crackers before anyone else could.
Oh no.
See, they made the mistake of giving me the box of crackers, and that was it. Like I had a high metabolism, so I'm like, "Ooh, these are great." No. And then everyone's like, "Hey, where are the crackers at?" Crackers.
I ain't trusting you with no snacks now. I already know you finna just start eating them, not even thinking about it. Then we have to fight in the parking lot.
And it'd be a one-sided fight. Like you have to beat me at that point. You just have to beat me at that point.
At least you would take it. You know what I mean? That's respectable. I would respect you afterward, but I would definitely have to do that first.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just like, yeah, I did it.
Okay, well, how's your week been? Well, your 7 days, right?
7 days. So I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna bring in a whole bunch of other days into this because my life has been a roller coaster for the gooder part, for a
better part. Yeah.
yeah. There we go. Let's see. It's now just for people. It's fall. It's hoodie season for me. I'm now in a hoodie. It's great. So let's see. One thing that I can think of. I went to a Halloween party, and
Wait.
I'm actually this, mind you.
We're out of order right now.
Like I said,
Okay.
I'm including a couple of things that I didn't mention.
I got you.
Yeah, so I went to a Halloween party, and I actually had a good time there. Thank you for the invite. I was surprised that I had such a good time, but I'll tell you about that later because the person may listen to this.
Oh no. Okay.
Might. And I was really excited to go because it's like the first time I had planned to do a Halloween event and stuck to it. It's reasons beyond my control. The first time what happened was the first time that was like really major was like, yeah, I'm not doing this again. It was back in college, let's just say my junior year, right? About to be going out with some friends that I usually don't go out with. And I just so happened to get a text message like, hey, I need to talk to you real fast. I'm like, I am that friend that if you need to talk to, I do say I'm available at any given moment in time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm walking by your place. I'll swing by real fast. Oh, for just more context, there was a different friend in town that I'm like, oh, this might be like time sensitive because of them. And I'm like, all right, cool. Let me see. No, they just wanted to know something about other friends. I'm like, well, I was been here for 2 hours. I can't even catch up to them now. I'm so sad. I went home. Like I just went to my apartment and went to sleep. I was devastated. And
that is sad.
So from that day, I'm like, yeah, you can have me any day of the week, but Halloween is like, if you need me, don't.
Now Halloween is my own.
And then last year, I was going to do something Halloween related, and then my uncle came, and because his birthday is like around the corner, I'm like, all right, I'll be with you, uncle, and had a great time. Not going to not say that, but I'm just saying, I'm like, I did kind of wish I did go to that Halloween thing. But that was one thing.
Halloween's such like a weird day to keep like sacred. I don't know, like not sacred, but like it's like I didn't expect you to be like, and now because of that, I don't answer the phone on Halloween. Like, you're not your birthday or like Christmas. Like I was really thinking about that. I was like, Thanksgiving even? Halloween. All right.
Halloween. This is where I get to be my most that's where I can just dress up and be a weirdo. And I not be judged for it.
That's true. I'm trying to get more into like the weirdo-ness because I don't typically I didn't grow up celebrating Halloween. So like it's weird for me now as an adult, like participating in Halloween activities because I'm like, okay, I'm in a pumpkin patch. I'm confused. I'm dressed up in a bedroom sheet as a ghost.
Yeah, Dollar Tree have to save the money somehow. Costume was it. Oh, that's so funny. But just two other things that happened. 3 other things. I can't.
Oh wow.
Did a workout the other day with a whole bunch of push-ups and everything.
You trying to get like One Punch Man?
Basically, it was 10 versions of different push-ups. By the end of the day, the next day so my left tricep and my whole back was sore. I'm like, this has never happened to me before. I'm going to do it again.
Well, how much push-ups do you normally
do? Normally do about the same 80, but usually it's the same 80 constantly. The fact that I changed it up 8 different times really worked out my whole body.
Okay, so you do like different ones. It was like a variety pack.
A variety pack along with some other things. But no, my whole back was sore, and I'm like, I'm standing all day, and I'm done. I'm like, I'm tired.
See, that's why I don't even like the gym. I'm a yoga person. Because honestly, if you stop doing yoga and then you come back to it, like your body remembers it better. I feel like than like if you stop going to the gym, you'd be like, I'm sore now, and I have to work through soreness to be unsore. Like that process is not for me.
Yeah, no, you're right, and I can't wait to get back into my yoga too. I had to stop that and been trying to get back to it for a year, but it's almost time. Almost time.
I believe in you. I believe in you.
Thank you, thank you. As long as they don't ask me to do a split, because I'm not that flexible. I am not that flexible.
Oh,
My mom came to town, and yeah, good time. Today, today. So now we finally got into like the
okay. Now we're 7 days. We went all the way from Halloween to today. Like,
today. Like I said, I need to fill things in.
all right.
But today, right? Here I am. My supervisor was like, "Hey, you're doing good and everything, but this whole lateness thing, you have to get a check on that, because not that I'm always late, is more so the one time specifically, I overslept. I was supposed to leave. I was supposed to leave no later than 7. I woke up at 7:15. I called him at 7:18. I'm like, yeah, I overslept. I'm not gonna be in.
Oh no. Is this the main job or the second
Yeah,
one?
this is the main job. This is the main job.
Oh no.
The second one I'm more late to, but that's
It's the second one though. It's the second
exactly
one though.
exactly.
I'm not worried about that. Now, main, we gotta be a little,
Mhm. Look, yeah, but so he was saying like, hey, you just don't oversleep and everything. I'm like, all right, cool, I got you. Today, he's like, all right, be in the office at 8 o'clock. I'm like, I can do that. I woke up on time. I actually left 10 minutes early. Like, I'm like,
Oh
cool,
wow.
I'm on time. I'm doing good. And I'm mind you, my work is an hour out, right?
Oh wow. Okay, well that makes sense then. Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm doing everything on time, and I'm only like 20 minutes out from my. I get stuck into the meanest thing of traffic, and I'm like, when I say mean, like I was in standstill traffic for 2 hours. I couldn't go 3 miles. I only went 3 miles in those 2 hours.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no, I'm
In
like,
the
all right.
morning? No, did someone get an accident? Why would it do that?
Oh yeah, no, there was a major accident. I don't know what, but
Mm,
4 lanes were closed. A truck looked like it blew up somehow. So I'm like, okay, I can see why I have this traffic, but at 7:18, because it's like on the dot. If I'm not at a certain place at a certain time, I'm going to be late. And so I call my supervisor on my head. I text him like, hey, I'm in standstill traffic. I know I'm supposed to be there at 8. I'm getting there at 8:30, because I'm like, I can't do anything about this. Like all the 6 lanes, nothing's moving. And then I'm like, all right, I'm still in this traffic. By 8:20, I'm telling him like, hey, I'm still in this traffic. Can I just not be in the office today? Like, I'm still closer to my house than I am
right.
to the office. Like, can I just not show up today? Like, I know we were supposed to go out and everything, but I'm not gonna be there. And what I'm
Right.
gonna be doing in the office is what I can do at my house. And please, please. So he let me go. So that's been my day. I just been home because of the fact of there was a major accident, and I'm like, I could have been on time.
That's crazy because literally, I think that something kind of like that happened to me yesterday. So, like, I got up early for work and I was like, yeah, I'm here early and all this other stuff. And then I totally forgot my laptop. So I had to go back home. I had to drive to mom and be like, hey, CJ, throw me the laptop. And my job's literally only like 20 minutes away. I think I was out there at like 7 or something like that because I've been trying to go to work earlier. And I was like, wow, it's a good thing I got here early because then I got there like at 8. Like I had planned to be there at 8. And that was not the case. And I was just like, I'm not going to say anything. I'm here on time. No one knows me better. So whatever.
Me personally, without owning being the boss of anything, I feel like as long as you're within the 15-minute time, you really aren't late. You just existing. You just
You're just vibing it out. You're just vibing it out. I will say, like, with my job, like, as long as you're in before basically like 9, they don't care. That's pretty cool. Everybody just kind of floats in at like different times throughout the day, and we're just like, okay.
The funny thing is, I can do that with my main job just because of the fact that I work on a flexible schedule. So I'm like, I'm really never late as long as I get my 40 hours in anyway. How?
Yeah.
They don't care, but I try to be, on time. But you had a question.
Oh my gosh. I almost forgot that this was like a question thing. Okay. So I was like, oh, snap. We actually here doing something. Okay. Wait a minute.
The power of me just distraction.
I'm just like, man, I don't know. You took me all the way back to Halloween, and after that, I was like, I don't even know where we at no more.
Surprise.
I was like, spookies, we're here now. I was thinking about turkeys, but that's
next time we can continue.
Okay. But yeah, my question was, why is so much of our media centered around commentary? And so, like, I feel like I was talking about this with some of my friends, like our friends, the mutual friends that we have. And it was just like, podcasts, for example, people just listen to us talk. like you really think about it, like we're just constantly listening to people talk to each other, which I find like really funny. Yeah, I don't know, why is that? What do you think?
My thoughts on I'm gonna be completely honest with you, right? So when you gave me this question, I'm like, ooh, I like this question. I don't know how to answer this question. I was gonna say, oh gosh. I'm like, so what do you mean by this? But okay, I see what you mean. I don't know if it's just an American thing, but I think it's more centered on the fact that people, here in America, we have a fixation on entertainment.
Yeah, that's true.
So with that, I feel like it kind of plays into I'm getting entertained, and I get to feel like I know you specifically, like I'm part of this conversation. I think that's part of that, at least. What about you?
I feel that I didn't think about it like from an American standpoint, but that's a really good point actually to bring up. Like I didn't think about that. Like, do other places like value commentary to the same level that we do? I feel like yes and no. Some in certain cases, just depends on the place maybe. But I'm not a global expert or nothing. This just me talking on a podcast.
Well, these are our opinions. Don't hold us liable.
Nobody fact check me, okay? Anyways, I was gonna say like I was thinking about it in terms of like in COVID, all these people started doing podcasts, but I feel like it's because like kind of what you were saying too, like it feels like you almost have a community a lot of times. Like not even before that, talk shows. Like you watch a talk show, it's dang near the same thing, except in a different, format. So I just think it's kind of like, we just like hearing people talk. It's like it feels like relatable, and then at the same time, I feel like a lot of times I'm like, wow, I'm not crazy. Like, you can normally find somebody who's like talking about something, and you're like, yo, this hits. Like,
you're saying the same thing I was saying.
Yeah.
Let me listen to you.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I do think there's some danger into that as well because of the fact that because it's all commentary, there's not a lot of fact.
I did not fact check anything before I got up here. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Look, I'm not an expert.
You see the name for the people who's just listening to this. My name today is Big Brother.
the biggest comment provider.
Yeah, so I feel like there's definitely a danger into it because no one, even though we have this vast amount, we have access to the actual truth of whatever's being said. Everyone takes things at face value. They take it at face value because they gave them whoever they were listening to is like credit. It's like, oh, yeah. I heard this from them. They were right this one time, so whatever they say,
like now it's all right. Yeah.
Yep. Or like one tier lower than the gospel.
Yeah, and I do think that too. Like it's funny though because like even thinking about how big cancel culture has gotten, like we're still listening to people and being like, oh, but that person's an expert. Like it's like, haven't we stopped like propping up people, or like, maybe low key not stopping propping people up. We just like to, play other people so we can prop those other people way more up or something.
Yeah, no, I think that has something to do with people wanting to feel like they how do I say this nicely? That they have a significant role in something, like, oh yeah, I did something. I got them close. It was like, oh, because they don't share my views or whatever. It's like, oh, because you said this and I don't like it, I can make you disappear. Because yes, this is your thing and everything, but this is our community. Like, this is what I feel like, so that's what everyone else should.
Yeah, I think it's funny because that made me think of like Twitter. I'm sorry, it's not funny when you bring up Twitter, but like it's funny because we all know where it's about to go. People are always talking about how you can't have a nuanced conversation on Twitter because people will be like, hey, I like cereal. And they'll be like, what about the other breakfast items?
Do you know what goes into cereal? Do you?
Right. So I feel like to a certain degree, there's almost too much now, a little bit. Like, I think it's kind of cool though that you can go on Twitter and kind of like see people in real time thinking the same way you're thinking. Like, honestly, I even think from like just trying to figure out like, hey, what do people think? Like, it's kind of good to do that to a certain degree on Twitter if you have diverse things that you're into. But Twitter's like, because the way the algorithm is set up now, nothing is diverse. Okay, you like one tweet about something, like all the rest of your tweets are like centered around. Like if I tweet about like One Piece, I'm getting all the One Piece tweets afterward. Like, have you not seen? Like, Elon Musk is going nuts. Okay, like the algorithm is on caffeinated.
Yeah, no. Look, I feel like I'm lucky in the sense that I've got involved with Twitter or Instagram or any real social media for real. At least not. Yeah, there's one for the podcast itself, but not one for me personally. But I see what you mean, like, and I think that's I've read something about that. It's like how the algorithm is like it's made to make people mad because that's what makes people more engaged. I guess it's like the flip side. It's like you get the thing that you want,
Yeah.
but you also get the thing that you really despise.
Yeah.
which is like, which makes you want to respond in whatever way and find the social group that you was like, hey, did you guys see this? Which I guess goes back to the whole commentary. Is like, I don't like this one. What do you think? And then if you don't like it, I don't want to be with you.
Right. And then it's kind of funny that you were like saying that because I have been on a social media break for like
As we should.
I've like months. Like it's been months. I think I started in September, so it's November now. I don't know. People, I guess like it's months for me because I've never taken one before. So like I didn't expect to be on it so long, but I seriously don't feel like a need to go back because like every time I try to open one of the apps back up, I'm just like, no, like you dip a toe in and you're like, it's not as fun as it used to be. Like, I don't know. Like, and then so I'm almost feeling like maybe we're getting like commentary overload now. Like, you know, if you think about back like when we didn't have as much social media going on, like the most commentary you would hear was like, I don't know, like a morning show host talking about such and such over a little coffee cup with another person. And like, that's it. And then you go on about your day and you see people post up like little pictures of flowers and you call it like Instagram used to be so basic. You would just post a photo of something random and be like, this is my day to day. Bye. It's like, how do we go from that to like now everybody is like, you know, what's your opinion on this? What's your opinion on that? Like now I almost feel like I'm disconnected from the news too. Like I have to search for the news because so much of it was ingrained in my social media.
Yeah, I feel for the news aspect of that, I think Trump had a lot to do with that because there was a good section of really, let's be honest, his whole presidency, this man was always on the news doing something.
Yeah.
Something I don't always, no. I feel like I disagree with Trump 99%. There's this one good thing that he's done, and I'm like, all right, cool, you got that.
I don't know. Give me checks.
Mind you, not one good thing. He made the Space Force. I'm like, all right, this makes sense. Maybe he needs to defend the aliens. Makes sense. Other than that, wild. wild president.
I mean, honestly, I enjoy Space Force only because it brought us that TV show. Like, I love the TV show with Steve Carell. Like, it's just a fun show to put on. Okay, it's funny, and like, I do feel like we gotta give it up to him that people had a ton of joke material to work with him. Like, the jokes just kept coming.
Well, again, the man's wild. He's currently has what 91 indictment.
91. I don't have any. And I like that's crazy. That's crazy to me. Like, I'm like, how many? He just did so much crazy stuff. Like, I was even listening. Here we go with the commentary. I was listening to a podcast.
It's all connected. It's all connected.
It was coming around. It was coming around. Okay, even though I haven't been on social media, I've been listening to hella podcasts. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie, I have been, but I like it. It's been getting me through like work a lot. I will say, like, having another voice to hear, but the people around me has been helping me like focus in on my work a little bit. And then you also have like something to kind of like listen to that you can kind of like think about. So I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. But now I can't remember how I tied to Trump. It's okay.
I was saying the news cycle and like while you were like being spammed with like news and everything, I feel like he played a big part of that, along with the pandemic, with everyone being basically by themselves. And so it's like more what news was, supposed to be news, factual and everything. I feel like it took a shift towards more bias, depending on where you get your news from and everything. But I feel like on social media, because of the fact that, like we said before, how it feeds you either the things that you really do like or the things you really don't like, I think that played a huge part into it.
Yeah, that's true. I'd say that was the big shift on like a social media aspect, but like the news has always been kind of biased. Like it, like because why don't we watch Fox News? It's like, we know what's there. Like, we don't want it. It's okay. It's for somebody. It's not for me. It's okay. But like I think if anything, like he did at least make me think more about like, okay, I gotta get more serious about like getting news from different places. So you can actually piece it together and be like, what's the actual story here without all the fluff and trying to sell the articles,
sweeping things under the rug. It's like, oh yeah, they did this, but what about we don't talk about what we did. We'll focus on what they did.
Right. So I do feel like that's been pretty crazy. Then also just because like I think if anything, because he's made it so polarized, like people feel like they have to be like extreme. Like they have to be extreme. So that also, I think, kind of like led to this, like the more of the extremes being more of like the main culture, I guess. Because I feel like beforehand, at least it wasn't prevalently like out. Now it's kind of like, look around, tie your shoe, and someone's out here going like make America great again and wearing them little hats. And it's like, yo, he is way out of left field. Like, why would you want to support this dude? So.
Yeah. I have a thought on that, but I will say I feel like that also plays a part into it with social media being so focused on commentary. Especially in this aspect, with it being so extreme, I feel like only the extreme people are talking more so it makes it seem like they are bigger than what they really are, when really people are like more so in the middle. But because things are so polarized, it seems like if they talk about anything, people already automatically say, oh, you think this? Oh, you're with them. But when in reality, most people are probably more in the middle but they just don't say anything.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Actually, they talk about that a lot because like when I was getting like my planning degree and stuff, I was really in my planning bag. I'm trying to get back in that, but they were talking about how like the true test of like getting good public engagement is getting those people that are like indifferent. Like they don't really mind this, they don't really mind that.
That's
like, like you really want to get the indifferent people's opinions so you can really tell like, okay, if I can get an indifferent person to tell me what they're actually passionate about, and then we could just focus on that instead of this other polarizing stuff that people want you to be focused on, then like that's gonna make the real change, or that's gonna make someone want to kind of like shift and kind of like do things differently and maybe feel like their voice can be heard outside of all that, like who's ever loud,
Yeah. And PSA, just because you're the loudest person does not mean you're right.
Yeah, because I mean, I do think a lot of people equate like loud or even like famous to being like your voice. That doesn't make your voice then more important. And also, I think to a certain degree we can't also try and like not prop them up, but like you make them feel more important the more attention you give to like the louder people and like things like that, And if you shift away from that and go to the people who like aren't as loud, then like that's what people are gonna start shifting. We're like herd mentality or whatever. Right? And it can be like a double-edged sword, but I feel like you can use it for a good thing if you move in the herd towards like, hey,
something positive.
Let's be more in the middle. Like, let's just chill out. Like,
I'm putting it on Taylor Swift and Beyonce. They can do it. They have the popularity to do
that's true.
Anything.
Yeah.
Imagine those two say the same thing at the same time. It's over. The plan is over.
Beyonce told me to go ahead and quit my job. And she was right. And she was right. So, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, Beyonce, please, I have this job. It seems not right. No, she was right. She was right. I shouldn't have even tried to question her. I should have just did it as soon as I heard it. I'm gonna tell everybody right now. As soon as you heard the song, if you hear the song in your heart right now, go ahead and quit that job. That's crazy.
Don't worry about it.
Why are you still there?
You don't have to worry about it. You'll find a way. Quit your job right now.
Hit my personal life. You know what was crazy? I actually no, this is actually really funny. Literally, before I got into my apartment today, I met this lady in the elevator. And for some reason, I was just feeling it in my heart. I was like, yeah, girl, I just quit my job. She was like, I just quit my job 4 months ago. Listen, this is the time. Quit your job.
The power of Beyonce is influencing everyone.
Oh my gosh. I don't even know if you listen to Beyonce. All I know is we out here quitting jobs, okay? If they're not serving you, it's whatever. Leave.
Absolutely.
Leave. If you already feeling like quitting the job, it's time to quit. Like,
just move on over to your next job.
Gonna figure it out or make a plan. Something. You gotta quit that thing. I don't know how you're gonna do it, but I believe in you.
We believe in you. You got it. Even though I don't know you whatsoever.
I don't know nothing about it. Now, if you got kids, be careful. Like, let me just go ahead and put that PSA out there. If you got kids or pet, let's just calm down a second.
If you have responsibilities, like
right. let's make an exit plan, friends. Let's not quit it just yet.
Don't listen to me. Don't do what this whole episode is about. Like listen to the people.
But if you're petless and childless, quit that job. Anyways, okay, I'm done. So serious. Actually, I'm actually very serious.
But you said something earlier about how everyone is now starting to listen to podcasts and everything.
Yeah.
I know for me, at least there was a shift from listening to music to listening to podcasts because music for me, I enjoy it. I can sing a song or not. But yeah, I can sing a song and everything. But I get bored of singing the same. Like once I know what's coming up, I get bored. Like I enjoy it to an extent, but that's why I at least enjoy podcasts is because I can never predict what's going to happen. So I have to tune in and like actually give it more of my focus instead of it just playing in the background.
You know what's actually been the funny part for me lately is because I've been listening to so many podcasts. Like I actually have found podcasts where I like have to take a break from it because I can tell what's about to happen. So I'm like, it's like you can't tell, but you kind of can. Mm-hmm. And you're like, okay, I gotta go on to something else. I gotta switch it up. Like I have podcasts that I have to switch out of and go to other one and be like, okay, now I'm listening to this one because like that's my jam. But now that was getting kind of old, kind of whack. I don't know. Got to switch the other ones. So, like not even whack. Like honestly, any podcast that I listen to, I love them. I'm not even gonna hold you. I don't think I've listened to a podcast yet that I've like been like actively hated on. Now, I will say I'm not a scripted podcast person. Like, if they're like, yeah, this is like a mystery, haunted something, and we're supposed to be like going through, and they're supposed to be like immersing you into I don't know, man. I haven't been able to do those.
I haven't seen anything like that, but that to me feels, at least just hearing it, that sounds like film. Like that sounds like a TV show.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I do listen to TV shows, but like I like cooking shows. If it seems like the plot, like I can't listen to that while I'm working because then I'm like I'm trying to keep up with the plot and then I'm trying to like do numbers. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, no, I've learned really quickly when I was back in high school. I was like, oh yeah, I can do math and watch TV at the same time. No, I cannot because I am focused on. I'm like, now I need to pay attention. Like, what's going on here? Nothing would get done. And imagine watching anime. I don't know what's going on. I can just look away for 2 seconds and know what's going on. No, I cannot.
Actually, like I'm really bad. I'm one of those people that people be talking about because like I only really watch dub. Like, sub is so hard for me. Not because like, and it's funny because for some reason like I can't do it with anime, but like a Korean drama I'll watch like subbed. like I'm really weird about it. Like I was binging the heck out of like Hospital Playlist. Y'all should watch it. It was really good, and I was like binging the heck out of it. And then like I'm trying to watch the last season of Naruto because I couldn't find the dubbed version on like I think what were we watching on like Hulu or something. And so then we had to go and watch Cartoon Online, and it's only subbed. And I was like, I still have not finished it. I'm telling you right now, I have not gone back and watched it in like, it's been a couple months. I'm not even gonna, it's okay. Y'all can judge me out on the internet.
That's fine. I'm in my hearts of heart, I'm a dub person, but I like One Piece, and I did not really feel like waiting until we got dubbed. So I'm like, all right, let me go to the sub.
See, I feel like stuff like that I can work with. Like I've been doing that with like My Hero Academia. And like a little bit Spy X Family, I kind of got out of it. Like I can't do more than like 1 to 2 episodes. Like it has to be like one episode. I'm seeing it for like that week, and then the next week I got the next episode. Like I can do it like that. But if I try to binge them, like at some point my brain gets tired of reading the screen.
Well, I can only read and watch the show at the same time for so long.
I'm like, okay, I am exerting a lot of effort, and I wanted this to be real low effort. Like I'm American in that way. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah, imagine like, wait, what did they just say? And you just have to keep. All right, go back 10 seconds. Go back 10 seconds. Go back 10 seconds. Let me read it, then watch it. Read it and watch it.
All right. And then I'm like, this almost makes me want to like learn the language because I'd be like, yo, if I just learned the language, it would be like my life would be 10 times easier.
It would. Something I read, which was really funny, is like, oh yeah, learn a different language. Why? Learning a different language gives you access to a different part of the internet. I'm like,
that's true.
That's crazy. That is definitely crazy, but that is very true.
That's true. Like I took French in high school, and I've been trying to keep it up and like learn more and stuff. And at one point when I was on Twitter and stuff, I started seeing tweets in French, like literally out of nowhere. I didn't even like, it wasn't like I looked up tweets and like literally people just started tweeting in French on my timeline. And I was like, okay, I'm going to start, taking notes. I'm going to start taking all them notes because now I'm going to try to figure out, okay, like.
What are you saying to me? What are you saying to me?
I'm tapped in.
Well, I've been teaching myself languages since 2016. Spanish, Russian, Arabic. Spanish was the longest. Russian and Arabic came 2 years ago. So I might be part of that spy family. I might be part of that spy family.
You know what? You have been a Duolingo warrior, and you keep me, motivated that I can do it at one point. I don't know if I could. I'm like, I've really been trying. The best I could get was like a 3-day streak. And then for some reason, like after a while, the bird just be looking at me disappointed. You coming back? When you coming back?
Look, that bird is disrespectful. It's so disrespectful.
Oh my gosh. The bird got from disrespectful to sad for me. Like I got a little widget, and now like if you're not doing any sort of like streak, the bird just looked like he about to pass out. Like,
See, that's why I didn't get that widget. That is exactly why I don't have that widget.
He's like, I'm sad. I'm destitute. Like, sir, I just didn't learn Spanish for 3 days. Please stop being like this.
That owl has some problems.
I mean, seriously, he need to go ahead. He need to see somebody. That's all right, though.
Someone don't harass the whole population. I don't know how we even got to this devious owl.
If you want to deviate from a conversation, I can.
Tyler, I told you we can get on as many tangents as we want here.
Oh gosh. Yep, we got to the bird. That's how you know.
Going back to, I think it was Bird, Beyonce, Trump, to the general question.
The general question.
The general question of commentary, social media. But do you think there's like a pro or con or to anything with the social media being all commentary?
I think the pro is that there's a lot more information out there for people who wouldn't have been able to get to it otherwise. Like a lot of the reason why I've been able to kind of like also just do a lot of like self-reflecting and stuff like that is because, you know, like there are therapists like commenting like you know, online, and actual healthcare professionals who are like sending stuff out, just giving us information. Like, and I feel like we're in a time where like that's never happened before the same kind of way.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, like I feel like even that, or like it can just lead you to like a lot of good things. So I do feel like if you use the internet responsibly, it can be super, super helpful. Like personal growth. I feel like if you make it about, I feel like with social media, you got to be kind of like selfish in a way where like you're only doing stuff that's kind of like serving you or making you happy. And it's like, if you're not doing it like that, then it just starts getting like weird, you know, like you're just getting weird. Like now you're on there and you're just trying to flex on people, or like you're just like trying to get the next, oh my gosh, who's that guy? Like Joe Rogan?
Let's see, there's Joe Rogan, there's Jake Paul, there's Logan Paul.
Right? He's one of them.
Oh, yeah, Andrew.
Yeah, there we go. I knew him. I clocked it. But you know, them kind of people, you know, you got to be careful. I think sometimes like the stuff that's kind of like, oh, that's what I was thinking about. Okay, so from that podcast, finally brought it back. Then we're talking about how like it was easier for Trump to like promote what he was standing on, because literally all he was doing was being like, white people, we're gonna make America better for y'all. And she was like, people who actually want to do like good, they're not gonna do something like punchy. They're gonna be like, we're actually trying to do things to better everybody and serve all people. And like, you know, it's not catchy, it doesn't have a ring to it. So you're not gonna get like the clicks and the likes and all this other stuff. People are gonna be like, boo, you're boring. Like
this took longer than 5 seconds. I'm done.
And a lot of times, like the stuff that's kind of like peaceful and nice and like probably better for you is typically boring. I feel like, you know, we're so like adrenaline rushed and stuff too, that like people don't know how to be bored. Like sometimes, y'all, boredom. That's it. Pass it on.
Well, you said two things. Hitting on the point of boredom. I think that's real. Yeah, boredom is a key factor for just human evolution, or at least just to make things better for a general body of people. Because before the internet, when you weren't as distracted as that, that's how we got. I'm trying to think of something that we had before the internet. That's how we got cars. Like people, like that's how like things got. People just had time to actually think on whatever. It's like, all right, let's make this happen.
You know, people used to have time to sit next to a tree, get hit in the head with an apple, and think, hey, it's gravity. Like,
yeah, that's of course. Wait a minute.
Right? Like, why are we not, you know, like creating new mathematical discoveries and all this other stuff? Like, bro, we don't have any time to be bored. We're constantly like either in consumption or doing something, listen, I'm sorry, I'm anti-rise and grind Twitter. I'm anti-rise and grind. I'm not a rise and grinder. I'm gonna go to sleep, think about it,
She offers someone
take your
else's like, look, you already did it. Like, you already figured that out. You got the hard part. Thank you. I'm copying you. I'm copying you.
And it's like, listen, the people who take their time and slow down and do all this other stuff and just kind of like, sit in it. Like, I mean, I feel like sometimes that's when you're really kind of like, all right, I'm having epiphanies. Like, I'm really in my bag.
Which is my sister says, like, you're doing something different because you have free time, and that's dangerous. She told me that. I'm like, wait a minute. It's like, not only are you doing all X, Y, and Z, it's like, but you have time to actually just sit down and think. You carved out time for that. You're dangerous.
I'm like,
you might actually be Big Brother.
If you can sit down and have free time and your laundry's done, you a dangerous person. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I did not have laundry done.
Look, I got one of those things done, and I promise you, there's a pile of clothes on my bed right now. So,
right.
The other thing I wanted to say before it leaves my mind completely is the con of everything being commentary is the fact that you can find the thing that you're looking for. Like, if you look hard enough, it is going to be out there. So you might not always get that balance or a check. It's like, this is actually not right. Like, look,
I do think sometimes it's good to be around like-minded people. But then at some point, are we just being around people who are just repeating the same stuff that we want to hear? I said, now you're just around like yes men.
Exactly.
And like, no, we don't, you can't be a person who can't take your opinions being challenged. Like, I feel like even when I get mad, like, I feel like, okay, naturally, we're all a little kind of like defensive. Like, we have to have defenses up at a certain point because, sometimes you're right and you gotta stand on it, and that's okay. But also, it's sometimes like we have our defenses so high and everybody has to feel like they have to be right so much that, like, we can't even handle commentary that challenges what we think. And I feel like that can be kind of like harder to do, is like listen to something that, like, not saying like, oh, we need to listen to Andrew Tate. I'm still not doing that. I'm not looking him up. That's not gonna be me. But like, if I was like to listen to somebody that I normally listen to and I hear something, I'm like, I normally agree with them, but what the heck was that? But then, if I'm like sitting with it a little bit, I'm like, all right, maybe I need to think about this. It's like, if I feel like, okay, I'm getting it from a reliable source and I know that most of the time I agree with them, like, unless you like know for real, like, you know what I mean? Like, unless you're like, yo, that was wild. Like, like, you'll know if it's wild or not, but just like, not, you can't never be above like trying to hear something, learn something, and then kind of like learn yourself, because we're like supposed to be evolving people. How do you evolve if all you around is people who fully agree with you all the time?
To me, I think you like to sit in a space that's comfortable.
Yeah.
But at a point in time, like, you will have to shake things up a little bit.
Yeah. I do think people grow more in the uncomfortability. Like, I will say I have been uncomfortable all year. Like, I'm in my uncomfortable season, okay? But it's like, I feel like I've been doing so much like stuff that I didn't think. I was like, man, that's not gonna be me. And then, like, it was me. I was there. I was staring myself in the face like, dang, I said I wasn't gonna be this person. And I was like, you know what? Why am I here? And it's like, sometimes when you sitting and you're thinking about like, why are you there? Like, sometimes it's like, dang, it's me. Like,
it is me.
Like, it's kind of me though. Like, I could do something about this. And for some reason I think I can't, but like, it's really like, sometimes it be your own mindset messing you up. So it'd be like Michael Jackson. Man in the Mirror. I'm not gonna sing it, y'all. I'm not Michael Jackson. I was thinking about it. I was close.
We almost got you. Almost got you.
But if it had been a different song, I probably would have started up. It's okay though.
I can keep doing this, but I think we got our hour.
Stop! Like, what are you laughing about?
I want to keep going. I want to keep going, but
I'm good.
no. I was say my last little piece. If you have anything else, but I think that's just the other flip side to the other negative thing is people have a problem with who the messenger is. Because let's just say Andrew Tate, right?
Yeah.
Imagine he just said, what's something really provocative, like you really should do. It's like, oh, let's say he says, I don't know, invest in your mental health, go to therapy. Let's just say he said that. And just because it's Andrew Tate, he's like, no, I'm not listening to this man. Yeah. And then like, all right. But I think that's just the other negative side is like people have a problem with who the messenger is.
Yeah. I can see that too. Because like if the messenger doesn't look like who you think it should, like I will say it's a double-edged sword, but I've always grown up and my dad always told me this. He was always like, you can get something from anybody. And it's like, he's not wrong. Like you can. It's like you just have to know, you just have to not be so off-put that you can't be like, they're right. Like they're still, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, they still probably not great people. But they might be right.
Take the good, leave the bad. Take the good, leave the bad.
You know, take the good, leave the bad, and just call it a day. Like, you know, it's like, hey, listen, you know, what's the thing that people be saying? A broken clock is right twice a day. Sometimes it be like that, okay? Sometimes it's up there.
It's 12 somewhere. It's 12 somewhere.
We at the top of the hour.
You're welcome back anytime. I had a great time. Unfortunately, I'm just gonna end it roughly right here.
Do the thing though. Do the thing.
No.
The thing.
No. Hold up. Do you have anything you want to do? Like say how people can find you if they want to find you?
If you want to find me, don't do that. I don't like to be pussy. Hey, if you looking for me, don't. For real. Don't hit my line. If you see me in the street, walk away from me. Like
that's okay. That's perfectly fine.
I can't remember the name of my Instagram or nothing though. That like, I'm gonna just keep it for real with y'all. Like I can't remember anything. I've been on social media so long. I mean, if you find me, hey, maybe you might find me through Julian's podcast, Instagram thing, and I'm one of the followers. If you see me, you know, send me something. Tell me that you saw this. If you can figure out what my name is, okay, but maybe don't. Maybe don't. Oh wait, I am on Wambling Weebs though. You should listen to that.
Say it again.
Wambling Weebs.
Where we
talk about anime. I am the person who has seen the least amount of anime, so I'm always asking the most questions. I am the baby anime watcher, even though I've only been watching it. I think I've been watching it for like, it's got to at least be 3 years now that I've been watching it. I'm not like one of these people who just jumped on the hype train, okay? Like people had to bring me to this unwillingly. Like I had watched stuff beforehand, but like I really got deep in the bag during like COVID and isolation, because I mean like there's so many episodes to stuff, so you're just like, yo, this is great.
You have that time to think. You have
that
time
right. To think. Look at me. I sat in isolation. I was vibing. I was like, you know, really being myself. Now I can cook and I watch anime.
Let's go.
Hey, if you want a pot of spaghetti, hit my line. But
don't actually do that.
Right, but don't. Ooh, I told my family that once. Anyways, I'm telling y'all, Julia about to do the thing.
All right. Yes. The thing. All right. Like I promised the last episode, you're getting 2 quotes this month. So the quote of the day is from Soren Kierkegaard. That's his name. Soren Kierkegaard. Look, I was trying. They can find it up at some point in time. But his quote is one. Hold on. Look. I have a note down and everything. I'm just gonna read.
You got it. You got it.
Look, no, I'm not gonna try to say his name again.
All right.
All right. But there are two ways to be fooled. One, to believe what isn't true. The other is to refuse to believe what is.
I feel that. That's good to come, like, because of what we were talking about. That was good.
Look. I thought about this one. I think this is the one. That
was eating. And your big brother. That
and our big brother. Look.
That ate. For real. Like, that really ate.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. I hope that resonates with you just a little bit. Just like, yeah, let's sprinkle it. Just
it's sitting on me.
All right. Perfect. The more of the thing. If you like what you heard, find more episodes of Not Enough Questions on Spotify or wherever you find podcasts. There is a Twitter and an Instagram. Both are called NEQ Pod for both of them. And then there's a Patreon, Not Enough Questions Pod.
That's what's up.
I finally remembered to do you got it. I got to remember to do all the things. Here's the proper outro. Don't forget to ask yourself, ask others, and never stop asking questions. See you.
Hey, see.